The New York Jets have a massive dilemma plaguing them this offseason, and his name is Aaron Rodgers. What's going on, everybody? I'm Rob with RJF Media, and welcome back. Before we get started, this was just a great couple days for football. You had Penn State taking on Notre Dame, with Notre Dame winning to advance to the college football championship. And UT just taking on Ohio State, with Ohio State moving on to the college football championship. Just a great couple of days of football. In other news, the New York Jets are expanding their net a little bit more for their head coaching vacancy, interviewing Maryland's Mike Locksley for the position. Also, you had Aaron Glenn turning down the Patriots' offer for a head coach interview, which is pretty awesome to see. Finally stick it to the Patriots a little bit. But moving on to Aaron Rodgers, I'm in no way saying that he was the focal point for all the issues this offseason. Of course, we had, Greg the Leg missing a lot of big kicks, just timely defensive meltdowns, drop passes, sloppy play all around. But if you're looking at it from the position of the Jets moving forward with their organization and kind of starting over, I think moving on from Rodgers really is the best option for a couple of reasons. One, you have a new head coach, GM, and coaching staff coming in. You want them to start fresh. You don't kind of want a half-baked starting over. You have a new staff coming in, implementing what they want to do, new playbook and everything, but then you still have Aaron Rodgers, who's going to eat a ton of salary cap and kind of doing this half-marked, we're starting over with the staff, and if you don't win the Super Bowl, then you're starting over with the quarterback anyway. So I think it's better just rip off the Band-Aid, start completely fresh, go scorched earth, and just really just start new, clean, and fresh. Also, the other thing, and really probably the biggest thing, is although Rodgers wasn't the focal point for this disastrous season, like I said before, he also didn't come here and do what he was brought in to do, which was make big plays in big moments. And although he did a little bit in some situations, we saw it from the 49er game, the Steelers game, the Vikings games, opportunities to make big plays, especially the Vikings and Steelers game where he had to have the ball in his hands last, go down the field, make some plays, get a score, and win the game. And, I guess how those games ended can be very ticky-tacky. You can blame it on the receiver, you can blame it on whatever, but, those were two terrible passes by Aaron Rodgers, especially in the Minnesota game, where he didn't even give Mike Williams a chance to catch that ball. And that's what he was brought in here to do, to be that culture changer, to make big-time throws. And there was time and time again where he had the opportunity to take the bull by the horns, lead this team down the field, and he couldn't do it. Especially with all the talent they had around him. Even in the beginning, when he had Mike Williams, he had Garrett Wilson, he had his friend Alan Lazard, who looked good at the beginning of the season. I think just those two reasons, I think it's just the best thing to pull that Band-Aid off. Look, I can't blame the Jets for going out, getting Rodgers, and trying. There was definitely good intent behind it, but it didn't work. It's probably not going to work. He's another year older. He had a bunch of injuries this past season. What do you really gain from a new coaching staff coming in and keeping the same old quarterback. I just don't think you gain all that much or really anything. I think it's just much more beneficial for him to move on with their guys and implement their game plan around that. Now, look, if they come out and say, if we hire Aaron Glenn and he comes out and says, I want Rodgers for a year, cool. I trust him. I trust the football minds. He gets paid to do this stuff. I don't. I trust him. But if it was me making the decision, I would just say, rip the Band-Aid off. Again, it didn't work. We tried. It's time to move on. You can look at some QBs that are going to be free agents this offseason. Guys like Justin Fields. You have our backup quarterback, who I can't think of the name right now, Tyrod Taylor. You have him on the roster for another year. And look, other teams with worse rosters have done more, and that's attributed to good coaching. Now, who we don't even know who head coach is and where the GM is right now, or the coaching staff is right now, but you have to believe with the amount of work they're putting into looking for guys and looking for coaches and GMs, how thorough they are, that they're going to get football guys that are going to bring in discipline, establish a culture, and help propel this team into success. And if that's the case, then I have to believe that they can do more with less. And that's where I stand right now. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe. Are you for keeping Rodgers? Are you for getting rid of Rodgers? What would you do in this situation? So let me know in the comments down below. Again, like, share, subscribe. Looking forward to some playoff football this weekend. And until then, let's go Jets.